All right, folks, we are back once again in Civilization VI. The war with China is over. My grudge has officially been satisfied. We took Chengdu and Beijing with a considerable amount of effort, but, you know, we survived mostly unscathed. Our legions of redcoats did the job. Our crossbowmen were providing some nice support, and our swordsmen did some work too. And these swordsmen are going to be very happy once they find out that we have officially constructed a knitter mine. This is what we've been after for the entire time. This is all that we've wanted since the beginning, and we finally have it, so I'm very happy about that. All right, so at this point now that we're done with the whole war, we don't have any stresses anymore. We can just kind of sit back and relax. We get to focus on building up our empire and making our empire better, right? So how are we gonna do that? Money. Money makes the world go round, right? So we're gonna focus a lot on economics right now. And here's the thing: if you take a look at the world rankings, there is no economic victory condition, which I think is a little bit weird because I feel like you should be able to buy the world, but you can't. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, we've lost our lead in science because Gandhi is obviously trying to destroy the planet with a nuclear Ragnarok. Our cultural prowess is very low. We don't have a lot of tourism, probably because we don't have a lot of wonders and things like that. Teddy Roosevelt is doing pretty well in that department. We could easily take over the world with sheer military force, but I don't want to do that. And religious victory, we've got one shrine in BluairJgR and nothing else. So that's not even an option. So these are the main two that I want to happen. At least either science or culture is what I want to happen. And I believe that with enough financial stability, we can make both of those happen without a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on creating the greatest economy on the face of this civilization map. So how are we going to do that? First things first, we're going to shift BluairJgR over to, all right, by changing to exclusively food production, nothing happens in BluairJgR. BluairJgR needs a lot of work. They need more people, so we got to get them to grow as quickly as possible. We need more food in BluairJgR. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some banks online. We're going to get a bank online in Sheffield, and we're also working on a bank in Leeds. Leeds is a very small city, but they are going to have a bank. They're going to have some good finances going on. They got a Navy dockyard. And, you know, that's going to be good. And we're also working on getting the economics research finished so we can build up a stock exchange and then eventually the Big Ben wonder. And that will make us even more British than we already are. So we're working on that. Working on that very diligently. Hopefully I remember to stop the research on economics in about 4 turns. Note to self, right? I'm going to forget. Bet money I forget. I'm not going to forget. I'm going to forget, though. And then the city of Date, we're also going to work on getting the bank online. So we got to start with the market. And then we are going to go to the bank. City of Date, decently well optimized. Unfortunately, the Royal Navy dockyard is not closer to the market because that would have given it some bonus gold from adjacency bonuses, but that's fine. And then City of Mare Wist. The city of Mare Wist. Now, here's the thing. There's a barbarian camp in the spot that I want to settle, which is right here. I feel like there's not much here. There's no diamonds. We got some copper, which is decent. We got mountains, might be beneficial to, for a campus or whatever. But I feel like this location may prove to be valuable. And if not, we'll just raise the city. I don't know. But we need something that has the ability to take out this barbarian camp. And I do have the ability to purchase units right now. Can't afford a wait, yes I can. Oh, I don't have enough knitter for being delivered to Mare Wist to get that. I'm pretty sure barbarian encampments never have anything stronger than a spearman in their camp. So I'm just going to get to work on a crossbowman, and I'm actually going to spend some of my gold on a trader, and then we're going to start a trade route with Toronto. And maybe, actually, you know what? gonna start a trade route with Jakarta. Get the roads going from here to there. Oh, I do have a unit over here. I don't have to build a crossbow, man. I'm gonna stop that right now. Build a monument instead. All right, so I totally forgot I had a musketman from when I initially built my city here. So that musketman is going to take a very long time to get here, just about the same amount of time it would have taken to build a new unit anyway. So it's neither here nor there, isn't it? But yeah, man, we're at a cool place in Civ. I think I very seldom get to this point in the game. Like what usually happens to me is I either lose by attrition at some like I'll get taken over by the enemy by like turn 120 or something, or the other alternative to that is just I make like way too many dumb decisions, and the possibility of victory becomes none. So we're in uncharted waters at this point. I don't really know what all the things that we can boost. China's just kind of salty that we've taken over his city. He's talking smack about the wonders that I, quote, built, end quote, but they're actually the wonders that I took from him unjustly, end quote. But, revenge war, always justified. They need to add that as a casus belli. If there's any civilization modders that happen to be watching this, please make a casus belli called revenge war, so that if somebody does something to you in the ancient era, you can declare war on them like 200 years later and not be a dick for that. And this scout is not doing too well, but we're going to move him into the ocean, far out of reach of the crossbowmen, so we can try and keep him alive. Yeah, so we're in uncharted waters. But it's cool though, and that is the cool thing about Civ, is that as you continue to progress, things get interesting. So actually, you know what? I was originally thinking of trading with Jakarta because they're gonna give me Boku gold, a 12 gold, 1 culture, 1 science, 1 faith. But I think it'd be kind of cool to trade with Toronto to get a little bit of extra production in Mare West. So we're going to go ahead and start that. And we can actually build another trade route. We have access to 11 trade routes. So what the hell? Let's buy another trader. See, this is the power of having a strong economy. There may not be a financial victory condition, but you can sure as hell win with money. And I'm kind of determined to prove that. I guess if you're curious about what's happening with my diet as of late, hold on, I heard the spy noise. And Trajan, these barbarians have been a nuisance to us all. Thank you for your help. No problem, bruh. You denounced me, but you still respect what I'm doing. Okay, that's what it's all about. But if you're curious about what's happened with the brownie cake, know that I've eaten the rest of it. All right. There's a very large amount of brownie cake remaining at some point when I last spoke to you all. That shit gone. Brownie cake has been consumed completely. And I don't feel bad about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not feel bad about the brownie cake being consumed, because the brownie cake is fucking delicious. So, but now that the brownie cake is gone, now that it's been completely devastated, I feel like I could get back to my normal lifestyle. Like, has that ever happened to you? You buy something that was bad for you. You buy a bunch of Doritos or you get like a bucket from KFC, and you're not supposed to eat it, but you eat like 3 pieces out of the 20 pieces that they crammed into the bucket, and then you put the rest in the fridge, and you're thinking, all right, cool, but I did my best, I didn't eat all of the bucket, but then you start, like, the next day comes and you're like, shit, well, I mean, I still got a bucket of fucking chicken. I still got a bucket of chicken. What am I supposed to do with it? I mean, I'm not just gonna let it go to waste, obviously. And we're going to build a city center district called a sewer because this will increase our population cap by 2. Obviously, because, but by clearing out some of the defecation from the streets, more people will be allowed to survive in the city. But, so you got this bucket, just like, well, there's 75 pieces of chicken left in the bucket, so obviously I'm gonna eat it. So you eat more chicken the next day, you put it back in the fridge. Next day you're thinking to yourself, all right, I'm gonna have a smoothie, I'm gonna have a vegetable smoothie, and I'm also going to have a salad with it so I get some veggie on veggie action. And then you open up the fridge and you see all those ingredients for the smoothie on the right, but on the left, bucket of chicken. And you just go for the chicken again. And you say, fuck the smoothie. And then a couple of days go by, and then you find out that all your smoothie ingredients have expired. And you're like, well, I mean, I guess I'm just going to have the chicken at this point. The chicken's probably rotten too, but, what are you going to do? It's chicken. You got to eat it. That's the situation I was in with the brownie cake. It was there, and I had to eat it. But now that it's been consumed, and now that our spy has been completed, we're gonna embed him in America, because our spy, what he can do is he can try and steal some work, some artist stuff. He can try and steal a tech boost, which is cool, but I don't care about tech right now. Or he can establish a listening post, which increases our diplomatic visibility by 1, which is nice if I want to spy on him. Well, I mean, like, see what he's doing. But what I really want to do is I want to steal his art, right? Because America is our biggest threat to a cultural victory at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to embed in Baltimore, and then we're going to try and gain some sources. We're going to get some contacts. We're going to find out who the fences are so we could chuck some art over it, all right? And that was great, what I just said. We're going to find out who the fences are so we can chuck some things over it. For those of you who don't know what a fence is, that is a term used for somebody that helps you sell nefarious objects that you have recently accrued, and I learned that from television. So who says TV's bad for you? Can you tell I'm excited today? I'm a little bit hyper at the moment. But we're gonna build a great lighthouse in BlueAirTopia. May as well get some more wonders by the water, because nobody else is building them. I'm going to stop the research on economics next turn, just so it auto completes from the Eureka once the second bank is finished in Sheffield, and then I guess we'll shift over to maybe industrialization. Build 3 workshops. That seems kind of difficult to do. I don't even know how to build a workshop. I'll look at it in a minute because we got other stuff to build. Like more crabs. Chengdu is going to grow in 2 turns. That's pretty good. I think Chengdu is going to wind up being a fairly decent city, and one with a fairly large population as well. They have a lot of areas where we can just build farms, and then we may wind up being able to build no wonders here. So Chengdu is probably not going to be that great. But workshops, okay. I'm going to look up a workshop real quick. Hold on. Okay, I just looked it up. A workshop is, I built one before, but I forgot. A workshop is what you build on top of an industrial zone. And the next research that we're going to go for after economics is industrialization, but it only takes 6 turns to complete, and I am very doubtful that we'll be able to build 3 workshops. So 2 industrial zones and 2 workshops in 6 turns. I'm very doubtful that is a possibility, especially considering we can't even, we can build an industrial zone in City of Date, but that'll wind up destroying one of our tiles, and it's just not worth it. So we're probably just going to hard research that without even getting the boost. But this scout can actually move now and get away from these barbarians, so that's nice. And hey, look at this. Caravel meet Ironclad. Ironclad meet the Caravel. Oh, don't tell me it survived. I'm getting sick and tired of vessels and enemies surviving with 1 HP when I fight them, because there is no health left on this bar. It's asinine. Look, like, fuck off. Fuck off. All right. But I'm just mad for no reason. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yo, somebody is still spying on me, and it's either Gandhi or America, and I'm not happy about whoever it might be. Somebody stole the tech boost for sanitation. Fuck off with the spying shit, man.
It is nationalism which engenders nations, and not the other way around.
Interesting quote right there. Not 100% sure on what it means, but it's interesting. So we are now going to switch over to industrialization, and that could prove to be very valuable. It gives us access to a new wonder, a wonder that I'm pretty sure we're not even going to be able to build anyway, but you know, we'll see what happens. But I think now we're going to see the power of having strong finances and having a lot of money. We can straight up build an amphitheater with just cash. So this is the golden amphitheater right now. So we have increased our housing capacity by 1 in Leeds, finally. And what else? Can I build anything else? So now if I so choose, I can build another museum in Leeds, but I don't think we're going to just straight up purchase one. I think it might be in our best interest to purchase a lighthouse, actually. That might be pretty valuable because it increases our food, gold, housing, and citizen slot. So let's go ahead and... I don't think we need to purchase it, though. I think I'm being a little frivolous. We'll just start production on a lighthouse, which is, I believe, an improvement for the harbor district, or in our case, the Royal Navy dockyard. And, ooh, these barbarians built a musketman. That's impressive. I was wondering whether or not barbarians could actually produce melee units or melee units stronger than the spearmen, because I usually, like I said, I don't usually get to turn 162. It's a melee unit. Would it be interesting if I did this entire episode with a British accent? Because I mean, we are playing as the English Empire. So what if I did all of it with a British accent? Would it be better if I was Cockney or if I was a royal British person? I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that. But I could if I wanted to. But I don't think anybody wants to hear that. So we're not going to do that. But there we go. The city of Date just finished production on their market. And it might be a good idea to build another bank from them. So yeah, another bank would be decent. You know, we are going for the financial victory, the just utter financial domination. So screw it. Let's get the bank online. I mean, we are currently getting 99 gold per turn, and that seems pretty crazy. Like, for anybody that plays Civ slightly more than I do, at turn 163, what is the average amount of gold that you're bringing in per turn? And let's compare that to how much gold that I'm bringing in currently. You know, and let me know if I'm doing well by bringing in this amount of gold, because it feels like a high amount of gold per turn, honestly, because that means in 4 turns I'll be able to just, like, how many turns I could just construct an armory just straight off the bat, which I think I might do, because the population is capped in Sheffield, and this will give... Actually, wait a minute, I'm confused. What? I don't even know what I just pressed. Oh, that's what I pressed. Hold on. You know what I just realized? And this seems kind of dumb, and I feel like I should have noticed this before. But there are citizen slots and housing slots, and I don't really know what the fuck the difference is. Now I'm gonna speculate for a moment that a citizen slot is just another citizen, but a housing slot is another house for the citizens to live in. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And this is it's reasons like that I have not yet made guides for Civilization, is because I don't know what the fuck everything means in this game. I just don't understand all of the nuances in the game. And Angel City needs food. Angel City is never going to grow. Angel City is just going to be at 4 population forever. There's nothing we can do about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Vox. Now, I don't know if I should be worried about Gorgo sending a musket man and a warrior corps from the ancient times onto my territory, but I mean, she is unfriendly with me. So let's maybe make a deal with her. She doesn't have any truffles. She'd give me a little bit of gold for it, but I mean, we are ballin', so we don't really need it. So maybe she'd appreciate the gift. I would like to be friends with Gorgo. What? I don't know what just happened there, but we're going to take it. I'm going to take a little deal from Gorgo. We're going to give her truffles for some immediate gold. I think she was originally giving me 5 gold for 30 turns plus a 5 base gold, which amounted to, what, 150 gold? 155 gold. So the trade that I offered her wound up being more beneficial for her in the long run. Yeah, okay, I just did a little bit of math. Okay. I understand what happened now. Let's go ahead and get a university in Angel City. Units need orders. Financial victory is coming out. Yeah, man. Civilization, it's an interesting game, you know, and we're at a point now where I'm out of my element again. You know, there was a point when the early game was confusing to me and I didn't really know what the optimal strategy was in the early game. And then after playing several games between turn 1 and 125, I figured that out. But now we're at a new place where, things are widely unknown to me. And it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. And we're going to figure it out, though, and we're going to do a good job. All right? We're going to do a freaking good job. Hey! Okay, our spy is here. All right, so I guess the last thing we're going to do for today is we are going to try and gain some sources for our spy. He's just going to be roaming around in in Baltimore, talking like an American. So he's a British spy, but he's talking like an American. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys like hamburgers and hot dogs because I love them. America's a great place, isn't it? So I think that is a pretty decent place to stop. And of course, I'm going to keep going. We're gonna start off a trade route to Charleston. And I think that's the last thing that we're going to do. I can't stop. I can never stop. No, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to move that musket man. Okay, we're going to stop for real. So next time we come back, there's probably going to be a city settled right here. Our spy might be doing some nefarious things over in Baltimore, eating some hamburgers and hot dogs and trading in the tea for a little bit of coffee. And, of course, we are still going to be working towards having the greatest financial empire on the face of the earth. So let's go to that question of the day. All right, let's do as the man said and head over to the question of the day. What food do you like to eat that you know is bad for your health? For me, it's fried chicken and French fries. There's this place in my neighborhood called Kennedy's Fried Chicken. You can find Kennedy's Fried Chicken in all the bad neighborhoods across New York City, but essentially they make some great fried chicken. And they got some great French fries. And whenever I go there, I eat way too much. And I know it's terrible for me. But it is so, so delicious. And everybody's got to indulge in bad food from time to time. So what food do you like to eat that you know is terrible for you? Is it ice cream? Is it chocolate? Is it Starburst? I don't know. So let me know in the comments below. As always, the name of the game is Civilization 6. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time.